What's up, people? So DLF got fired a couple hours ago. He's got the footage. We're just gonna get straight into this. Then we're gonna get into some foodie beauty. Gee golly gosh, you know he is gonna blame me, right? Might as well say that I was the mastermind behind it. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. What should I say? I don't know. Job opening in Buffalo, yeah, Beaker. Job opening. Let's go.
Right.
Hey,
All right,
Shinto, what's
cool.
going on, Deb?
Hey, Keys, it's Dragon Lord Frodo. I've been doing this video for the last 20 minutes, and then I realized my microphone was fucking me tender, and I had to like redo the whole video. Yeah, like my microphone wasn't working
Really?
the whole time, so I
Oh.
gotta redo this video. Oh
What do you
well.
get fired for? Freaking
I
out.
got fired from my job today. It was over something dumb. And I'm gonna explain what happened.
I shouldn't
But
laugh. I shouldn't.
I don't know. I got home. I was thinking about what happened.
Yeah, he had a job for a while. I mean, a really long time, Chantel. He had a job for a couple months. Capone, haven't you been on a DLF stream? Of course he doesn't wear pants. He doesn't like the seams. He has a sensory and social problem. You can tell he really has a big social problem. But he also has a sensory problem. He doesn't like the seams on pants, so that's why you'll see him in his underwear.
Oh, oh shit! I got home and on the way home, I was thinking about what I did to get fired from my job.
Sup, Mons? What's going
So
on?
now that I'm fired, I don't really care. But so, as you probably already know, I was working at this place called Creature Comforts.
I didn't know that.
It's like a dog daycare thing.
Or did I?
It's actually the old SPCA out in Tonawanda. And as a joke, I call the place Creature Comforts. Because you know why? Because Emily, you set it up. You set yourself up for this one. You could have named that place anything, but you had to go with the word that rhymes with comforts.
Sup, Deb? Thank you for listening, Mons. Appreciate you.
Okay, you could have named this place anything.
As usual,
So anyway,
DLF has a he makes fun of certain words. Like there's certain words that makes him really laugh that he thinks is super funny.
I got fired,
Is he free balling?
and thinking about it,
Kinda. He only has one ball actually.
I just want to say that I don't have anything against anybody there. I have nothing against Liz. She's been all right to me. I have nothing against Emily. She's been all right to me. Nothing against Bat. I have stuff against people that fuck me over, but whatever. So I'm gonna explain what happened, and yeah, it was my fault, and I'll explain.
You would kind of think it was my
So,
fault.
if you probably know, I when I get falsely accused of something. Okay, my mind
Nice cipher.
goes straight into like I don't know what you call it,
A
like
rage.
defense mode or whatever. And honestly, I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Hopefully he didn't like take out one of his blades because he has blades, right?
I so let me just back this up. So when I first started there, it was maybe a month or two after I started working. I get pulled in the office by Liz, the uh, the manager there. So we have Liz and we have this other guy named Rick. And Rick is a police officer that was working with us. Um, he's a cop at I think it's town of Tonawanda, not town of Tonawanda, town of Niagara.
Really?
I think it was. And at first, I thought he was actually a CO at the Niagara County Jail. I don't know why I thought that. I've had no interactions with this man before, so don't think anything of it. Rick was not my arresting officer. Don't think anything like that. So I think the only reason Rick was sitting in on this because he's a cop. My charges were from Niagara County, town of Niagara, whatever. I don't know. I don't really care. It's just, maybe it's a good thing we had a cop on premises for a bit there.
Wow.
Um,
All right, should I say something? I should say something. So there's different areas in Western New York. Of course, he lives in Buffalo. There's Niagara Falls, and there's actually Town of Niagara. Town of Niagara is directly adjacent to Niagara Falls, New York. So I guess this guy is a cop for the town of Niagara. I didn't even know that was a thing.
but
It is pre-recorded.
the manager, oh, excuse me, that was a fucking hard hit. The manager, Liz,
Oh, that is so flattering.
was she called me in the office and said, "Hey, we found out about your charges. Would you
Oh,
please explain?" I told her it was ex-girlfriend situation, whatever. And basically, we all know the fucking situation because I've talked about it way too many times on this YouTube channel. And they were just like, "We don't care about this stupid shit." I'm trying to wait till like 2027 so I can get a fucking. I'm trying to apply for a fucking pardon
sup, random fish? Is he on the spectrum?
for this fuck.
Yeah, I would say he's most definitely on the spectrum and he's autistic. Yeah, nothing wrong with you observing that. I mean, it's fair and accurate, right?
I'm gonna apply for a pardon with the governor, whoever the governor may be at that time. Hopefully, it's not Kathy Hokill.
Isn't it Hochul?
Remember, black kids don't know what a computer is.
What?
Oh, is that right? Oh, is that why Eugene was building those computers?
Did Hochul really say that?
Anyway, rest in peace, Eugene. I ran into Todd, his brother,
What did I eat for dinner?
in uniform
A
the
burger.
other day. He was responding to a call at my building. Like, Jesus
Oh, by the way, that whole Kathy Hochul thing actually comes from her offhand remarks suggesting that black children in the Bronx do not know what the word computer means.
Anyway,
Go ahead, Fish. Go ahead.
anyway, so I had to explain to the manager and this cop what about my charges.
What's going on with the addict GG and GP? That is a loaded question, Fish. I think we might have to sit down probably on an evening and explain it away because I did see that GG did a stream with all this back and forth. Um, okay, let me try and explain this succinctly. So GG back about until about 2 years ago was aligned with the attic. So there was the attic, and then there was, of course, was GG. And at one point, of course, Negs was aligned with the attic as well. But the attic is, tragic and AK, right? Lead the attic. So if you don't know, Gigi was actually making, how do I put this? Making advances towards tragic in multiple ways, talking about flying him out, paying him money for certain sexual favors. And of course, I'm sure people have seen tons of screenshots about this and whatnot. My bad. I said the attic, didn't I? I meant the bodega. Okay, let me repeat myself. That is you're right. You guys are right. It's been a long day. The bodega is tragic and AK. The attic is Negs. And now DC Media Girl. My bad, my bad, my bad. So pretty much Gigi was well, it was aligned with the attic as well as the bodega, but Gigi kinda was doing a lot of nasty things behind the scene. What does the bodega mean? Bodega is a term for a corner store, typically used in New York City. Yeah, Gigi used to be friends with Negs as well as friends with Traj and AK. Bodega is indeed love. Man, I've had a long day. I can't believe I just said that Trajan AK or the attic. I can't believe that. That is a mistake. I am sorry. Okay, so this whole thing has been going on for 2 years now with Gigi. Gigi got put out because he's a snake. Gigi was deleting a lot of stuff in the Bodega server to try and cover his trail and his advances towards tragic. There's this whole thing with the $40 stuff. I'm sure you've seen it online or whatnot. But I think we do need to sit down and talk about this because there's a long history with Gigi using people and then moving on. And we've seen him doing it still. He's done it in the past. You often find bodegas in the cities New York, Chicago, Baltimore, etc. Exactly. You're right. They all used to be friends. Well, yes, that is extremely true. But hey, can we talk about this maybe on another stream? Maybe I'll invite AK and Traj up and we can all talk. Because right now we're trying to figure out the whole DLF stuff, right? So let's figure out the whole DLF stuff and then we're going to talk about the whole GG situation. Are you asking because of the GG stream? Is that why you're asking, Fish? Because of the GG stream earlier? I did see that GP made a stream. Um, I guess about me. I guess I'm gonna have to reply to that as well. I'm gonna have to do that. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly, what's up? Hopefully that works. Thanks for joining. Let's get back to this, and we're gonna talk about that later.
And yeah, whatever it is. And I don't know. They're just like, we're not gonna fire you because it's so stupid.
So he
But I keep
says,
it in the back of my mind. Oh shit, they know.
No worries, random
They
question.
know, everyone else can know, right? So
Oh, you haven't watched the Owl stream and the GG stream? Well, you know what, man? Even if I explain it, it's gonna take hours, fish, for you to really understand the intricacy of like so many elements that has gone on over and over and over. All you gotta know right now is that GG and Hussey are attempting to sue AK, and that is not a good thing. I don't think they're gonna win. I hope Gigi and Hussey are not gonna win because it's more of a lawsuit than anything else, and I'm completely offended that Gigi would do this hypocritical shit after so many times he said that people are grifting this, people are grifting that. Then he does the exact same thing he berates people for. It's really ridiculous. Also, I gotta respond to your mama's bad boy. What you gonna do?
fast forward, we had this chick named Chelsea that was working with us, and Chelsea like flipped out on me for like no reason. She was like saying I was yelling at her or whatever.
What are you sure about that Capone boxer? Because I remember that wasn't the whole swatting last week. It happened. You're saying it was tragic. Do you have proof for that? I gotta listen to this now because I don't know about that. So yes, I did see that the whole 911 dispatch call for what happened last week when the firefighters showed up at the attic store in Connorsville. I haven't listened to it, but I guess I will. But we'll see.
I don't know.
You can tell I haven't listened to it, so I
When we
don't
got to
know.
the bottom of it, it turns out that Chelsea was upset because she found my YouTube channel and found out about my charges. Yeah, get over it. So I keep that in the back of my mind as well. So now, anytime somebody comes and starts with me over there, I automatically assume that it's about the charges. A couple weeks ago, I got into it with another supervisor, Lisa, and my uncle's girlfriend's name's Lisa. That's what he calls her, Lisa, with a W.
All right, after this stream, I'm gonna listen to the 911 call, but I usually take things with a grain of salt because in the online sphere, man, a lot of stuff you think you know, or you think you want to know, or you think you might know, but then you might not really be right. So I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna give my fair opinion. At the end of the day, all I gotta say, man, is I will keep a very objective ear. Polly,
So
what's up?
I just say whenever I hear that name, I always think Lisa. I don't know. Anyway, we had this other chick that was working there, Lisa, and she was like a supervisor, and the one day she was getting on my case about, well, the trash wasn't taken out in the break room. I'm like, yeah, was it? She posted a fucking picture, and it was just a picture of, I don't
Hey,
know, I
never have I
forget what
ever.
it was, but it was like one little thing in the fucking trash can, and I flipped out on it because it was like, come on, to me, it sounds like I know you're busting your ass all night getting this place clean, but here's a fucking chip bag in the trash can. You know, do better. I'm like,
Stop,
it's
it ain't
so
that.
rude.
Okay, so there's a chip bag. Gotcha. Then they found
It
about his
is
charges.
really, when you think about it, it is rude. It is rude when you think about it. So
He never gets to the point.
I told her off. I was just like, Lisa, whoever threw that out after I took the trash out. I'm not here to like take the trash out every time somebody throws something out. And also too, I bet you that was thrown in there after I left.
I think you're right. If Pete and Chantel had a baby, it's this dude.
I bet you that was thrown out. I got fucking shit all over. I got that's like the fucking that's the tar from my fucking bowl.
Well, I guess his job is to clean up the place, random fish, and I guess somebody probably has it out for him or had it out for him since he's fired now. I wonder if he ever is gonna blame me for that. Blame me as the mastermind behind the whole thing.
The resin or whatever.
Yeah, where's Edna? She's probably
This
working.
is this is the pothead equivalent of smoking the Parmesan cheese.
Hi,
I love
Marie.
it. I love it. So a lot of times in the work chat, somebody will post it. It always makes me laugh when they say this. Team. That's how they address every team. We're going through too much Parmesan cheese. They give the dogs Parmesan cheese.
Ooh la la, that is a very comfortable place when dogs get Parmesan cheese. Wasn't Dealer supposed to be back in the bin? He was back in the bin for a while. I forgot how long he spent in there, maybe like 2 or 3 months. Then he got out and he was super skinny, but he's now gained all that weight back. His court matters have all been concluded. He still has a restraining order for the mermaids, of course, in Lockport. But other than that, he doesn't really have any core stuff right now. Unless he's maybe lying about the interaction just happened a couple hours ago, then maybe the cops will come and knocking on the door.
To help the dog to eat. And they're saying that they're going through too much. Why are we giving the dogs? No, we're not giving the dogs Parmesan cheese. Okay? I'll tell you exactly what's going on. They're fucking using it for their spaghetti dinners. Okay? That's what's going on. We got fucking I don't know. We got fucking we got fucking Big Tony working there now, I guess.
All right, so staff is using the dogs as Parmesan cheese for their spaghetti dinners. How could they?
I don't know. We got Giuseppe Marconi. I don't know, macaroni man. I was just trying to think of a. We got Michael Constantino working there. Yeah. It's like I'm probably the only Italian. I was probably the only person with like an Italian name. So of course, the Parmesan cheese thing was blamed on me. No, I'm kidding. The Parmesan cheese was not blamed on me.
No fish. The dogs have Parmesan cheese, but he's saying that the workers there are using the Parmesan cheese on themselves for their spaghetti dinners rather than giving the Parmesan cheese to the dogs. Hey Becky, what's up? He still has the cat. He does have Willie still.
That's something I will not take responsibility for.
He has super skinny legs, Sasha.
No, I made a joke. I made a joke. I said they're probably using it in their fucking lunch.
Honestly, Christina, that is becoming more and more current and available. You never know what AI can do these days. You can literally have a machine learn people's voice with enough footage or audio of them. So anything is possible. Right now, it might be, how do you put it, not probable, but that doesn't mean it's not possible, because possible is not the same as probable. Probable means there's, a higher certainty that it could or did or will happen. While possible just means that, yeah, there's a potential, right? So who knows what's going on? All I got to do is I got to listen to the voice. But I am actually doing some AI stuff behind the scenes, and before it was outrageously pricey for a lot of AI stuff, but these days you could really, really, really go online, and is not that expensive anymore for to make like fakes of people, because you've heard in the news people making fakes. I think this one guy made a fake of a principal or a superintendent to say something that the superintendent didn't say. Like, if you're willing to go through it and you're willing to pay enough, you can get anything done.
I don't know. Maybe they hired Hunter Biden. I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to make it a political thing. But remember when Hunter Biden smoked Parmesan cheese because he thought it was crack?
When your cat sleeps, she lays just like he does. Ain't that cute? Oh, poor DLF.
Fuck. I thought that was funny.
It looks like a onesie. Snaps in the
That
crotch.
Hunter Biden used to pick the fucking Parmesan cheese off the floor and smoke it because he thought it was crack. I don't know.
I will, random fish.
Maybe we got Hunter. It's
Up,
like
AK?
the dogs want some Parmesan cheese, but Hunter Biden smoked it all.
He did an American Girl.
That story will never stop being funny.
AK, are you gonna go over the whole 911 call um from, the attic in Connorsville? I haven't listened to what Owl, because I don't watch or listen to Owl stuff, if I'm just gonna be fair and honest with you. But if this whole 911 call thing comes out, I'll listen to it and I'll just give my objective opinion on it. But like I said, man, anything is possible. There's just too much people still in Go World and Go World adjacent that are willing to believe just anything. You really do gotta have a very objective mindset to a lot of things. Just saying. But we'll see what happens. I mean, anything's possible.
Anyway, what was I doing? What was I saying now?
Okay. Yeah, that's a huge possibility. In fact, you know what? Maybe I'll do a how do I put it? Where I think I'm pretty good with AI. I could maybe replicate something. We'll see how far I get though. We'll see.
I was going on a side tangent about Parmesan cheese. I don't know, but we have this manager Lisa that she kept getting on my case about the. Well, she did it once. I got upset because it's like it's I don't know. It was just rude. And I probably did overreact. In fact, I know I did. But
Pantless
it's
on
just
the
a
couch.
problem of mine. Like anytime I get like accused of something.
Oh, talk to Outspoken. He's working on stuff. Okay, cool. Like I said, you can Google the news. There was a recent episode of, I forgot, was it like a school teacher and superintendent? Superintendent's voice got like replicated to say things he wasn't saying. I gotta look that up. Monty, I question your use of the word emergency. Well, I didn't know he wasn't gonna freak out on me and like start screaming that Monty set him up to get fired from Creature Comforts. How the hell would I know? This is a premiere. It's still premiering.
My brain just goes on the defense, and it's just something I just cannot handle for real. So she was getting on my case over like one fucking little thing in the trash can that somebody else threw out. It's it's like, what do you want me to do? My motto is that I'll get the whole place cleaned up by the time the morning crew comes in. Once the morning crew comes in and the mops are flying around and the trash gets filled up, they're on their own. Everyone's on their own after that. I'm not gonna sit there behind Holly.
I will do an AI DLF. Actually, that means I'm gonna have to feed the machine. Yeah, but I should do one of those. I will. You want to
And be
see?
like, "Oh, Holly, you're using the mop, and you're gonna go clean this piss puddle up off the floor. Let me go take that mop bucket from you, and I'll dump it out. And let me take that mop head from you, and let me go throw it in the fucking washer real quick. I'm not here for that. To. I'm not here to wait on the morning crew hand and foot. I'm here to get the shit ready for everybody in the morning. Okay? I'm not gonna be like, oh, Jules, you threw out, a wrapper. Let me go take that out for like. Let me take the whole fucking big garbage bag out and put a brand new. And that's the other thing too. That Lisa was bitching because there's one little thing in the fucking trash can. I'm not even if that was the case, I wouldn't have changed that anyway. I'm not gonna waste a big garbage bag for one little thing, and then you wonder why we go through so much big garbage bags, and then you wonder why Liz is like, why are we using so many big garbage bags?
He's never straight to the point.
You know. And we go through like we have this chemical Odo ban. We go through 6 bottles of Odo ban a night. Okay? And 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 um and Liz is like, why are we going through so much Odo ban? Because we're drinking it, that's why. No, we're not. Because we go through 6 fucking bottles a night, that's why.
Interesting.
So I got flipped out on Lisa. I can't have people accusing me of bullshit. And yes, it is bullshit. I know it's stupid. I know it's just a thing in a bag.
All right, so I found a pretty legit AI voice cloning site. So they're telling me the steps to really clone anybody's voice is upload 2 to 3 hours of speech, wait a few hours, use it in the editor or API. So I can actually clone a voice in a couple hours. Now, how much is this going to cost me? Because then I can show that it can easily be done. I'm going to sign up after this stream and I will clone Tragic's voice and show you that it's just really that easy to do this. And if you are thirsty enough or bothered enough, you can clone anybody's voice. You want your voice clone, Chantel? Clone Timber? Okay, we'll do that. But I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to clone somebody's voice, trust me.
But it's bullshit. If it was that concerning to her, she could have just taken the fucking thing out of the fucking garbage can and call it. But no, she sat there. Oh, let me go pull up my fucking camera. Let me go unlock my phone. Pull up my camera. All right, let me line this shit up. Oh wait, I got the front camera on. Got my face on. Press it. Okay, there we go. Okay, line up the shot. All right, that's cool. Let's go and put it up.
What site do I use? There's tons of site with AI voice cloners, but there's this one site called play.ht. That's pretty good. So, like I said, all you need is 2 to 3 hours of the person's speech. Um, their algorithm checks out the nuances of their voice, even the accent that a person may or may not have, their cadence, their inflections on certain syllables. And then, yeah, their algorithm will learn with a 99% accuracy. And it conveys and it's expressive with, emotional conveyance. There's just so much things that we can do. But like I said, I will do it and then we can go from there to show you that people this is actually possible.
When she could just take the thing out of the thing. If it was that much of a concern, that's what she should have done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I just think it's rude. I'm not. It's like I'm busting my ass all night to get this place cleaned up, and then you got somebody coming in and being like, you,
Why would I be hanging Dee Dee's meat curtains? Oh boy. I haven't been in Lachine in a very long time, Brzwabi. I don't even think Dee Dee likes me.
he's like, you,
I mean, she did stand me up for Valentine's Day in 2023. You guys remember that? Remember that? You guys remember when Dee Dee and I was supposed to go out on a date for Valentine's Day and she snuffed me?
you didn't do a good job because somebody came in and screwed up my work. Well,
Yeah, Dee Dee Mega Doodoo. I offered to take her out on Valentine's Day, and she was really feeling me at that time. So I was like, okay. My Riz was pretty strong, Chantel. I was super rizzed up, but she stood me up. I was even in Lachine, and she's like, she curved me. I couldn't believe it. That's too bad. My Riz game was strong.
so then the thing that got me fired today was there's this other woman, Amy M. Not my ex girlfriend, even though they're both named Amy M. But
Take care, Christina. Have a good one.
whatever, I don't care. She's always complaining in the work chat. This Amy chick always complaining that somebody's stealing her food, and I don't know, drinking her pop. I don't know. Never really thought about it.
I had somebody
And
do that to me.
this was a while ago too. I think I might have talked about this before. A while back, we had this other girl, Tiffany, and she said that she got I think it was a Red Bull or something. She had a Red Bull in her locker that got stolen. Her locker had a lock on it. Okay, and she says that I put the drink in my locker when I came in, and by the time I was about to leave, it was gone. So that means that whoever stole it and was still in the building. And
You guys remember my story of this place I worked at and somebody would come and eat people's food that they left in the fridge? I think that is such a perverse type of disrespect because anybody could have anything. I don't want you using my knife and fork and actually eating some of my food and got your mouth juice all over my rice or my meat or my veggies or my fruit. I don't want that. It's sick. Well, there is this one time at this one place, actually multiple times at this one place, there was a person that actually did that. And I was like, it was the most disgusting thing. It's like, why would you do that? It's so gross.
I was long gone. So, and it was like, whatever. I don't really care. And I didn't really think about it. It was just, whatever. So then the other night, I
You're
get a
on board.
message from this Amy chick. I don't even I barely work with her.
I do not
I
cipher.
don't even work. She's like somebody that comes in maybe like as I'm leaving. Or like I'll see her at meetings or something.
But that one person actually did me a favor. I've come to learn how to drink my drinks. They could be super hot, like your typical cold beverage, either lukewarm, hot, or room temperature. I'm still gonna drink it, no problems. Before, I would always like my stuff pretty cold. Now I can drink anything at any temperature. It doesn't phase me. And that was because I had to keep my stuff in my locker and not in the fridge because somebody kept on going in and eating my food.
And she messages me and says, "You need to stop eating food that's in the fridge." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm not eating anybody's food." She's like, "Yeah, I had some pizza and I forget what else. I had some pizza in there and it was gone." I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't take your food." Um, she's like, "That's bull. That's bull. Everybody here knows you've been stealing food from them." I'm
I
like,
wonder why they think it's DLF. I mean, if I'm really gonna be honest, once again, you remember how DLF used to pick up bottles and cans? Well, mostly cans. And what else was he doing? He would eat people's half or quarter or three-quarter eaten food, like pizzas that they would throw out that somebody like ate on and over. And he would bring the food home and eat it. And I would kind of throw up a little bit. I mean, if you're hungry, you're hungry. But it's not like DLF wasn't getting money. He was getting money. He just wanted to use a lot of that money on weed. But his mother's behind it. Who knows? Hey, J. Harrod, what's up?
like, and then this. At first, I was trying to just be nice, just be like, I didn't steal anything, sorry. And then she started. Then she just kept going at it and going at it and going at it. And then it's just like, you know what? I started flipping out on her.
Yeah, something like that, Sasha. Okay, why would she randomly accuse him? Maybe she doesn't like him, or maybe there is camera footage because we've seen DLF tell tall tales before. So I wouldn't actually be surprised if he was on camera eating people's food, considering that I know he's more than capable of, dipping into other people's left meals. But that's outside of work. We've seen it. But maybe sup Allison, thanks for listening, appreciate you. Who knows, maybe there is camera footage.
I really did. Like I was, and I don't even know where this came from. It just made me so angry that this woman that I don't even like interact with or anything like that is accusing me of stealing her food. Which, by the way, we're gonna assume that she put the food in in the fridge at the beginning of her shift. She found it was gone at by her next shift. So I looked at the schedule. There were 18 people that came and gone, but between her shifts that could have taken that food. Actually, it would have been 19 because we had a girl quit that night, and she by the time I was looking at who could have been in the building at the time, they took her off the schedule because she quit. And I was like, oh yeah, she quit. So yeah, we have to add on 19.
Random Fish is asking, was he fired over stealing lunches? Kind of, sort of. This lady questioned him or accused him of stealing her food. She in him, as he says. He got pissed off. He started to freak out on her, and he got fired. Now we've seen DLF freakouts. They're not nice, and they can actually be pretty scary when you have a fairly tall guy, overweight, screaming the shit at the top of his lungs at you, and being very physically aggressive and suggestive in his actions. I've seen his freakout streams. I'm sure a lot of us in chat have seen the freakout streams. If he's in front of you, I could understand why a lot of people would be scared.
because of that. Not to mention we have Will, who I know he must have a schedule, but he never has his times or anything like that on there. So I don't know when he's in or out. As far as I know, he just comes in whenever he feels. Will, I
No
don't know.
problem, Allison.
He might have his own schedule, but to me, it's just he comes in at random times.
But why would this lady accuse him? There either is camera footage, or two, the food stealing started when DLF got hired. Those are only the two logical reasons why I would think this woman would selectively point him out and accuse him of stealing the food.
But you got to factor in that at him as well. You know, plus my other coworker Beth, I believe she was cleaning out the fridges at that night anyway. So I don't know. She must have thrown it out. But this Amy chick keeps on it. It's just it was me. It was me. It was me. And she said, "Ask anyone here." No, but everyone thinks it's you that's stealing the food. So I'm like thinking, I'm like, who else is having food missing? And then I think back at oh yeah, Tiffany got her drink stolen out of her locker, but her locker has a lock on it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I started flipping out on Amy because the lot the because if she's accusing me of stealing food, okay, that's one thing. Like whatever, I don't care. But now she didn't actually say I was getting in the lockers, but she was saying that other people are saying they think you're taking their food and all that too. And that Tiffany was the only other one that I think said something about something being missing. And that was a long time ago.
Why would people think he stole the food collectively? If a lot of people are thinking it's one person, what's the percentage or the chance of them actually being right? And let me remind you that DLF was the person who has admitted previously that when he didn't have much money and he had a cat, he would five finger discount cat food, and he had his own unique way of getting said cat food without being caught. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying that he stole the food. I don't know the circumstance. I don't know anything, but from what I know about the whole dumpster diving and five finger discounting, it's pretty suggestive, right?
So I'm like, who else is saying that they're missing food? Tiffany? So now you're saying I'm breaking in the lockers.
It's
Where's
actually
your
you're
fucking
funny.
proof? And I flipped out on her. I was threatening to call the police. I was threatening to press hate crime. Because you know why? Because here's the thing. Because Liz found out about my charges, and I'm not blaming her for this, but if she can find out about my charges, then what's preventing other people? Chelsea found out. What's preventing others from finding out?
Honestly, DLF, everybody knows about your charges. That's just how the workplace is. People talk, people gossip. Everybody knows about the charges.
Okay? My mugshot is on the Niagara County Mugshots Facebook page. Okay? It doesn't take much for somebody to find that stupid fucking mugshot where it looks like where I look like fucking Marty Feldman. Okay? And my fucking mugshot looks like I got Marty Feldman eyes. And I'm just like, no, I don't want people, honestly, I don't care who knows about my charges because it keeps me accountable. In fact, the
All
more
right,
people
that's
that
fair.
know about it, the better, I think, because it keeps me in check. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
It keeps me
Yeah.
held accountable. Okay? What I don't want is for people to judge me, okay, over it. Don't judge me because the judge already judged me, okay? I already did my fucking time. I'm trying my hardest to stay out of fucking trouble so I can get my fucking pardon from the fucking governor and I can go on with my goddamn life. I'm trying to move out of New York State because whatever the fuck's going on here. I'm thinking about moving out of fucking New York State.
To
But
Pennsylvania.
I have to wait until 2027. I'm gonna fucking get this pardon. And I
Oh, wait a second. So you want to know who Marty Feldman is? British actor and comedian. Does he look kind of like DLF? He actually does, except DLF is a lot more overweight.
think it's gonna look good on me if I stay in New York State. Okay? Then once I get the pardon, I'm free to go wherever the fuck I want. So it's
Yeah, super funny.
like I said, I start becoming paranoid, and it's partially my fault. It's my fault. I become paranoid because now I'm thinking, why is Amy doing this? Why is she accusing me of this? Why is she going straight to me? Of all people, 19 other people that I know of were we're in between her shifts, but I'm the one she goes straight for.
Yeah, why is that?
And it makes me wonder why. Why? Why me? And is it because I work with a bunch of women? Well, I mean, if that was the case, then why isn't she going after? Because we got other men that work there. Chris.
Okay, I'm gonna put a poll up because this is ridiculous now. Okay, creature comforts. If they're saying that his record is not a problem, it kind of tells me that there's a multitude of people that work there that have a record. Plus, you know what? Everybody has a past. There is a lot of people. Well, I shouldn't say really a lot of people, but it wouldn't surprise me that there will be a few people working there that might have gotten themselves into some trouble, if I'm gonna be fair. So why would they really point to him and single him out unless they have some sort of evidence of him doing something like that? Chantel, did you say, and why is a BBC in between his legs? What do you mean? Oh, it does look like that, doesn't it? That's his foot with socks on, black socks on.
And what's that new guy?
But he did own a penis pump, though, to be honest with you, that he threw at me.
Heinrich or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I think he's like from Germany or something. He's all right. He reminds me of that YouTube guy I watch who's from Germany and he like makes like slingshots and shit. And he goes he does videos. He makes like fucking crossbows and shit and
Yeah, he threw a penis pump.
slingshots. And he's like every time he shows someone up, he's like, "Let me show you its features." What's that guy's name? I forget the guy's name. Jorg Sprav or whatever on YouTube.
Please.
I don't know.
I do not want to picture the type of things that DLF is doing with a dildo. I do not.
He's like, "Welcome to the Slingshot Channel."
What's a chismoso? It means gossip. So I'm a gossiper, is what I am.
Anyway, you know what I was saying? What's up, Willie?
Oh, oh boy.
You know what's funny? Can somebody explain this to me? Anybody know how the fuck weed works? Can explain this to me? So right now I have no more weed. As you can see, my bowl is empty.
Is that his cat?
It's just all residue and shit.
That is his cat. Now, how the hell is DLF gonna afford his massive amounts of weed? Now he looks stupid. How much amount of weed did he buy again? Wasn't it like hundreds of dollars at one point in time because he had a job? Now he no longer has a job. So what the hell is he gonna do? Because he spent so much money. He spent so much money hanging his TV. I'm like, why would you do that?
But if I light my lighter and I can still smoke shit. Well, I think I'm smoking like the fucking resin that's in the pipe.
His BBJ is called Willie, and Willie is alive.
So my drug addiction goes from smoking the flower to now just smoking byproduct to get high.
What happened to S Jam? Vouchin, I actually asked Nadine what happened to S Jam. He fell off the wagon and he's been really drinking hard lately. And he's actually supposed to sober up because he's gonna go to work after the May 4 weekend, which is what, in like a couple days, isn't it? Like, isn't Victoria Day weekend, aka May 4 weekend, this coming weekend, if I'm not mistaken? May 4 weekend 2024. When is it? It's gonna be May 20th. The Monday is Victoria Day, so that means this weekend is the long weekend. So this is the Canadian unofficial start of the summer.
Oh, I'm just smoking the byproduct.
Also, yes, you're right. He also got a strike. He got a strike, so he was out for like a week. Plus, he's falling off the wagon vouching. So those two things happened to S Jam the last couple of days. His strike should be over soon. So I'm not even sure if he's gonna be back. Yeah, he did Capone.
Anyway, what was I saying? We got. Why is she going after the other guy? The other guy. Why is she going after anybody else? It just makes you wonder, like, what's going on here? Why am I being the one being, singled out here? When you got 18 others that you can point fingers at.
Facts,
I don't
Jaden.
know. Why am I being the one being singled out? Anyway, Amy ended up quitting because I don't know, because I was saying I was because yeah. So anyway, I was threatening to charge her with a hate crime, and the hate crime thing was because when I was in jail, they put me in. They put me in with, you all know this. They put me in protective custody, and it was a lot of the pedophile folk.
That's not exactly true. He requested segregation, protective custody, and then that doesn't mean you necessarily get put in with the PDFs. You don't. He actually started to go around the PDFs because that's what he did the first or second time that he was in jail. So a little bit of twisting of the facts there because there's only one seg in the jail that he goes to, but that doesn't necessarily mean you hang out with the PDFs. You could hang out with other people, but he doesn't. He hangs out with the PDFs, which is super weird.
Oh, it was a lot of pedophiles. It was a lot of that and a lot of white collar crime. We had this guy in there for like fucking well money laundering, I think it was. So anyway, when you go to protective custody, you're gonna be in with a bunch of guys.
I think Capone means DLF with the more normal mods. I have
That
noticed that like the older mods, I don't even know what happened to like the old mods, man. Those guys were pretty weird.
custody, you're gonna be in with a bunch of guys that have some real messed up charges on them.
Oh, you mean SJM? But the same thing with DLF. DLF has like more normal mods. Because his like other mods have kind of like moved on. Some people got fired. So you actually mean SJam. He has more normal mods. That too, yes.
And I'm talking about, having a. I was in jail with the guy. Remember this shit from back in the day?
He's not wearing pants.
There was there was there was a guy I was in jail with, and I remember this on the news. Him and this other guy, I think it was like his brother or something, had killed this woman, and I think they cut her throat and all this shit. It was graphic. They put her body.
Yikes. I guess I trust you guys to behave. Plus, I'm handling things fairly well. So yeah, no mods except for Amped Amy that comes around every once in a while.
It was in Niagara Falls. They put her body under a bridge or some shit. Um, I was in jail with that one guy. Go look him up. Go look him up. Kyle Cummings.
Okay, let me look Kyle Cummings up.
I was in jail with this guy named Kirk Ashton. He was a principal over at some school, I think in Rochester or something. He was in there for doing stuff to little boys, and you know, I was in jail with him, and I didn't really realize what he was in for. That Kirk Ashton guy, and looking back on it when we were in jail, it says he was going after like little boys and shit, and I'm like, he didn't come off as gay to me.
Okay. I will say this: that Kyle Cummings guy was doing shit to kids. Disgusting. And he was 17 years old when he red rummed that poor lady in 2002. This article was written in 2020 when he was 33 and he was arraigned on child essay stuff. These are the type of people that DLF was hanging out with. Why the hell would you want to hang out with a guy that brutally red rummed a woman and then is now doing child essay stuff? Like, it's sick. Eggy's been around, Valkin. Eggy was here earlier. Happy birthday, Timber.
Go look him up.
I knew somebody would say something
So
like that with the name Kyle Cummings.
because I was in jail with all these fucked up individuals. Not to mention the guy that got caught by the predator poachers on YouTube. He got caught at the fucking Wegmans on Amherst Street trying to pick up an 8-year-old and a 13-year-old.
I think I watched
girl.
that one.
And fucking Alex Rosen
AKA Chet Goldstein.
came all the way from Houston, Texas to Buffalo, New York to fucking pick up this guy, Richard Scherer or whatever the fuck his name is.
Mrs. Cam says, I'm waiting for a little DLF to flop out. If you've ever seen DLF's PP, you know there is no flopping, there's no bending, there is nothing like that. It's literally like a little stub. DLF tried to flash me, but he telegraphed it to the point where it took him seconds to find his own dick. I'm like, your dick's attached to your body. How can you not know where your dick is? But it took him seconds to find his dick. So whenever he would threaten to flash me, I always knew how to like react in time because it took him like a couple more seconds to try and get it out.
And I was in jail with Richard Scherer.
Yeah, that's not a win DLF. He really does look like a onesie. You're right. It's yeah, Mons. I would say it's not even half an inch.
I was like, man, I saw you get arrested on YouTube, dude. That's what I did. That's what I did. I fucked with him. I fucked with him. He comes in because he comes into the block, and I go up to him like, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's your favorite Wolfenstein game?" That's how he would say. He didn't say Wolfenstein. It's Wolfenstein. There's like a, I guess there's an H somewhere in that word.
Acorn.
Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein. There's no SH. It's Wolfenstein.
Hey, you guys remember when DLF did flash me? And at first, he did catch me like one or two times. And typically, if somebody pulls it out on you and people are reporting, you better delete that right away, right? Because YouTube is gonna eat you. But I wasn't worried. I wasn't scared. I still kept that stuff, playable, and I blurred it. So sometimes the blurs will take a couple hours, but I wasn't bothered because even with the algorithm, they wouldn't recognize that as a real dick. The algorithm was like, "What's that? That's not a real dick."
That's how he says it. I said, "What's your favorite Wolfenstein game?" How about Rammstein? How about that one? Remember Rammstein?
I wasn't really looking that hard, Sasha. I think wasn't he like a little trimmed? He has a mupa.
And he was playing. He said it's like 70-year-old man. He says he plays Skyrim, Wolfenstein, and he plays another game, but he couldn't tell me. He forgot the name of it. It was some space game he plays, which
God,
he never mentioned on the fucking on the video where he gets caught. Anyway,
get to the
when I
point.
went to protective custody, they made me sign a paper that says you're going to be in here with guys with fucked up charges. Okay, do not do not fight with them, or else it's a hate crime. Okay, so the whole thing with the hate crime is that in some jurisdictions, I believe New York State is a jurisdiction.
I think Chef is actually super active on TikTok. I've been seeing his Instagram posts about working out and stuff. I actually should check Chef Leftovers on TikTok. Y'all heard about Pete's dad? I did. Rest in peace to Pete's dad. Yeah, Pete seemed very unaffected. Yes.
That does this, but in New York State, one of the protected classes, of a hate crime. Look, you have your, race, sexuality, and gender or whatever. Y'all probably wondering like, where the hell? So one of
Oh,
those things in New York State is criminal status. It's all part. It's all part of this bail reform thing, which it is what it is. I'm not happy about it because I had to I called I went to jail for
all right. I checked. Chef Leftovers posted on his TikTok 19 hours ago. So Chef is active on his TikTok. He's been doing a lot of working out because I do see his Instagram videos and stories. And yeah, he's just trying his thing on TikTok. I mean, good for him. He has nearly 50,000 followers. That's actually big. I mean, if he wants to get into somewhere, I can kind of tell him where to get into and he can get the views if he really wants to. But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that can go with that. Your wine has arrived. Well, enjoy, Bourgeois B. Take care of yourself.
For calling an ex-girlfriend a fucking lesbian too many times on the internet and had to pay $50 to get out of jail. Meanwhile,
He
in
is
Long
random.
Island, yeah, you know where this is going. Meanwhile, in
Take care,
Long
Marie.
Island, there was a group of people decomposing bodies in their fucking bathtub. And they were released, ROR, on their own recognizance. Recognizance, I can't say that word. Released
Yeah, he's in New York State. He's in Buffalo, New York.
on their own recognizance. ROR, that's what it stands for. Decomposing bodies, no bail, calling an ex-girlfriend a lesbian too many times. $50. I know it's $50 and not $500, you know? I know it's $500 and not $50,000. Okay? I get it. The point of the matter still stands. I had to pay $50 over calling an ex-girlfriend a lesbian, and the people in Long Island got off scot-free for decomposing bodies in their fucking bathtub drain. Okay?
Honestly, he does have a point. The law is like very messed up, and it really does depend state to state, judge to judge. But yeah, he really does have a point with that. Where you get so much time for certain things versus what other people are doing, and they get way less time or even no time. It can be extremely unfair, even though justice is supposed to be quite fair, right?
So that's my issue. Okay? Sorry if I sound a little, irked over it. So, what was I saying? And I know it's part of I know I'm being paranoid. I know. And I realize that. I On the way home I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, Liz was right. I mean,
They're poor
accusing me
peeps.
of stealing somebody's food, like whatever. You know, I'm I'm not even in trouble for that. Like Liz doesn't even fucking care. But it's the way I reacted over it was uncalled. It really was uncalled for. Even I was saying, because the thing with the hate crime, that's what I was saying. The thing with the hate crime, I was saying that because they made us sign a paper and said anytime if you're gonna sit here and fight with the chomos, that's a hate crime. You can't be targeting people based on their criminal conviction.
Well, I didn't know that, so I learned something new. I did know that in New York State, though, people can occupy your apartment, and if you try and get them out, you're gonna be the one arrested, even though on paper it's your place. But since they've been there for a set amount of time, the law is actually on their side. It's really messed up what's happening in a lot of states these days with people in their homes and being taken over. Yeah, the whole squatters' rights thing is getting out of hand.
And it's, people sit there and you know, they call it the show, what is it, the Cholo Defense Bill or whatever. Like, all they're doing is defending chomos. Like, well, I mean, it's like if somebody had a problem with a person for having a, let's say it's like a real stupid, not serious crime that would actually get you in jail.
I did not
I
know
don't know.
about New Caledonia until you brought it up, but thanks for telling me. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Who put that out there? But yeah, I didn't know about the protests and what France is doing.
Like if weed was still illegal, and
Yikes, Fauchin.
hey man, what you in here for? I'm in here for weed. And they start beating you up for it. That's a hate crime in itself. Because they're fucking attacking you over your criminal conviction. You know, if it's somebody that doesn't like people that smoke weed, you know,
Yeah, Deb, I had no idea about this, but thanks for telling me. Is that from the air fryer? He loves eating out of these pots and pans, doesn't he? Rather than getting a plate. Well, I'm sure he's pretty pissed. Have you noticed he hasn't even said anything of how he reacted? He probably was screaming and shouting, doing all sorts of like over the top stuff. I really wonder.
but I did go overboard. I did, and I regret it. No, I was actually not looking forward to this meeting today, but I showed up. I think Liz should did just a fucking phone call though, so I didn't have to go. So I didn't have to go all the way out there on the bus and all the way back. But I did record the fucking video, or I did record the meeting. So let me pull this shit
Yes, let's
up
play
to
it.
hand.
This is what I've been waiting
So
for. Here we go.
there's nothing really to see. There's nothing really to see here. But it's just a dark thing because it was a camera that I had in my backpack.
Oh, he loves doing that. When fupas collide, that's like Gut Boy 3.0. Forget Gut Boy 2.0. That's Gut Boy 3.0. Gut Boy cubed, not even squared, cubed.
Oh, what the hell is this shit? Oh, I know what I did. I forgot I moved it over.
Move over, Gut Boy. That will be content. That needs to be a song, Monty. Okay, I will. I was actually gonna call my Monty After Dark whenever we do live streams, the Circle Jerk, because I think it's very pastiche and extremely appropriate for the type of content I'm gonna put over there. Maybe I'll do a call-in show Like we'll be going over stuff, and you guys will call in, and all sorts of like craziness will happen. Like, yeah, like it's Monty. Welcome to the Circle Jerk.
Where'd it go?
See, everybody does.
Oh. Testing. Testing. I'm gonna turn down my microphone so we can hear this, okay?
Battle
This
of
is this is
Bellies.
what I recorded from the supervisor here. Turn it down a little.
What is this? He has a camera in his backpack. It's probably that Sony HDR camera that somebody gave him for free a couple years ago. But he is recording the meeting where he got fired.
And I've explained to you that
Good old DLF.
you're in trouble.
He did. Random. This is why he's good old DLF.
Okay.
First off, I'm in trouble.
I apologize for a bad sound. There's a camera in my backpack.
Punch in?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure punch in. That's the first one.
I'm in trouble.
She has. I asked her, "Am I in trouble?" And she asked me, "I'm only concerned that you clocked in
He does use a tricycle.
because you gotta get paid. You gotta get paid to talk to me. Like, what is this shit?" I know what she. I know what it is. She wanted me to be clocked in because she needed some. She needed.
Okay, and we can barely hear him because he really needs to get that fixed. Where if he's playing the video, maybe he needs to play it in its entirety.
Kind of like she's basically buying a record of our interaction, basically.
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it's going to boil down to. So you are in trouble. Yes, you're in trouble because of your reaction.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand. I understand that.
It's not the first time I've talked to you about this.
She said, "I'm not in trouble for the food. I'm in trouble for the reaction."
Yeah, we heard that DLF.
Probably the second or the third.
I can't stand it when people accuse me of stuff like that.
It's
I'm
understandable.
trying to stay out of trouble with this thing,
I get it.
and I
So-
can't have people. That's accusing me of a criminal activity here.
It is and it isn't. So let's back up for 1 minute.
I say that she's accusing me of criminal activity, which,
He knew he was on notice, pretty much.
is a criminal activity if there's a fucking lock on somebody's locker and somebody is breaking into that locker and somebody is accusing me of doing so. That's accusing me of breaking and entering. That's a crime. You're accusing me of a criminal activity. That's why
He's not muted, Fish. What's happening is that his voice is too low. So pretty much he recorded the encounter. I don't know what program he's using, probably OBS, but he hasn't got his volume settings right. So uh right now when he's playing the audio from his recording, it's muffling the sound from his microphone, which is weird. I wonder how his Why did he record it? He knew it was gonna get canned. This is what he does. Maybe he's gonna bring it to a lawyer, see if he can get some money. Who knows?
Yes, we understand that Amy did bully you. Amy was out of line in her communication to you. That is not a dispute. That's not something that Emily and I disagree with at all. We know that.
And I never stole any of her food.
But the thing is, Mike, is
Even Liz says that Amy was out of line by accusing.
See, he had a win.
you take one sentence and you run with it and you assume that that is what's going on, and you have a very large problem with the assumption, because you did not even wait for me to have a conversation with you and you jumped to all this stuff, and that's not it. Nowhere in that conversation did you get accused of taking anything from Tiffany. No one said Tiffany. No one said Locker.
No, she didn't. But what
you assumed was because she said other people, you assumed it was everybody here, and that's not it.
Okay.
And every time something happens in this company, you automatically assume it has something to do with you or something to do with your charges or your status or something. And
it's just a little paranoid, I guess.
You probably, but it's gotten to the point where you've already come in and had a conversation with me and Matt about how we can't have that.
Yeah.
We can't act that way. We can't have that. And I've explained to you that you're not privy to the stuff that goes on during the day. You're not, you don't know what's going on here in the back office. I've already talked to you about.
We had another head rent guy, the cop. He quit for whatever reason. I don't understand really.
All right, I think what I'm gonna do, since his voice is really low, whenever he plays the recording is when we're just gonna listen. If he starts talking, he's way too low. I can't hear him, so we're just gonna fast forward.
It has absolutely nothing to do with you. But even after that conversation, you turned around and you had one with Beth saying the exact opposite, which you can't do. Whether it's a private conversation or not, it doesn't matter.
I wanted her to know, I wanted her to hear it from me before she hears it from other people.
I can appreciate that to an extent, but you literally told her the exact opposite of what we told you. You essentially lied to her. That's what it boiled down to. You told her that you are the reason that Ari and Rick left, and I told you that wasn't.
I don't know.
You can think that all you want. I can't tell you because of the privacy part of it in your state. You can't be involved, but it had nothing to do with you. Matt can tell you it had nothing to do with you. Emily can tell you it had nothing to do with you.
Oops.
But every time someone messages on When I Work about a problem, you always assume that has something to do with you or your status or where everybody's at, and we can't have that.
Okay.
We cannot have that here. So we don't dispute.
She's saying that.
All right, let me go forward.
Something happened. I make it about somebody. Yes, my stat. I believe it.
All right, I'm keep going forward. Do they hate him? I think they gave him a pretty fair chance. He's just not taking the chance. All right, I'm gonna keep going forward. And why would you take credit for people leaving? Isn't that kind of like, I don't understand that. I gotta get the context. Is he trying to like scare people, saying, "Oh, this person left because of me, because they're scared of me," or is it something else? I just want to hear the recording. Okay, wait. Let me go back. Why does he have a toothbrush?
That's not up for debate. We know she did it.
So what was going on with that?
Someone stole her food, and she was pissed. So
Yeah.
she handled it incorrectly.
I don't know why she thinks I did it though.
So what should have happened was you should have said no. You should have said it wasn't me. And when I posted Saturday morning to stop, that should have been the end of it. There should never have been I'm going to use the word rampage because that's the first thing that comes to my head. But there should not have been the consistent communication all weekend long from you. Not the language, not the manner, None of it. You got overly aggressive for no reason, with no
because
facts.
yeah, because that's trigger for me. That's what
And that may be, but that is not an excuse, and that's not acceptable work behavior.
Oh my god, he was on Twitter berating this lady. You know what he was saying on Twitter then, right?
With no
because
facts.
yeah, because that's trigger for me. That's what
And that may be, but that is not an excuse, and that's not acceptable work behavior.
Oh
So
no.
we can't have that because you affected this business for 48 hours, your actions, your behavior. It took away from the work that I could do. It took away from the staff caring for the animals, and it actually caused us to lose an employee. We can't have that. We,
who lost
Amy,
for what?
because your post.
That's it.
So, you literally are on there threatening to have people arrested. That's not.
Yikes. Yeah, someone quit because of him. He was threatening people on Twitter. No, I'm even looking for these Twitter posts. Now I'm looking for the Twitter posts. Why is he acting like he don't know what he did? He probably said some really weird shit. Okay, he probably did. All right, let's listen to some more. I do not follow DLF. Oh my god. I think I couldn't cope with if I follow DLF, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be able to cope with life.
It doesn't matter if you leave. It's not your place. And our policy in our handbook that everybody signs, stuff left past shift is considered trash. It's trash. It doesn't matter if you leave it in the fridge, your locker, or on the counter.
That's
it's
what I
trash.
thought it was. I thought
But
that was what
if
said
you
too.
thought that, why the hell would you be in a work chat saying that it's breaking and entering and harassment and all? That's not it. It's trash.
I was the breaking and entering thing was the thing because I was accused of taking whatever
But
out
you
of.
weren't accused. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No one ever accused you of going into Tiffany's locker getting a drink. Never in that conversation, and never when that happened. That happened 7 months ago.
Yeah.
No one ever came to you. So no one
No.
ever accused you. But you made it a problem in those work chats. And you made assumptions.
Amy was saying that there's other people that are missing food and it's all me. That's what she said. I'm just going by who
So,
I saw miss food.
but I can
in the
tell you
past.
there's 7 Easter bunnies.
What?
Do you think there's 7 Easter bunnies? Because I said there's 7 Easter bunnies? No different. She can make up whatever she wants, whether it's true or not.
Oh no. Now I'm looking at holy crap. Now I'm trying to find
You assumed, and then you took it and rode with it. No one accused you. No manager came to you and accused you when that happened, let alone after the fact. So
Now, I'm not part of that either. I'm not part. I never took. The only time I took food was with Beth because
we know that.
it was a mistake. She knows about it.
Yep.
Okay.
And that was fine.
And I'm not apologizing for it. I don't think I did anything wrong with that.
Oh,
So,
that's
and
why.
no one's disputing that. No one came to you. No one gave you discipline for it.
No.
None of that. So, but it boils down to this is not the first time I've had to have you in here and have a conversation over your communications on when I work, over your reaction, over your fear that everything that goes on somehow circles back to you and what happened to you in the past and what happened outside of you. As much as Emily and I appreciate your concerns, your circumstances, that's no part of it. But it cannot affect this business. It cannot affect the day to day. And
I think that somebody knows about everything.
I'm going to
And that
explain
may be.
everything
But if
in a
that
second.
someone is an employee here, they're still doing their job and they're still behaving correctly. You are not. So overall, your actions, your behaviors are not acceptable. They're not appropriate for the workplace. They are a distraction they take away from the actual work in animal care that has to go on. We've tried coaching. We've had you in here. We've had discussions about it. I have tried my darndest to reassure you that you are not being accused of things, that you are not being disciplined for things. And I thought I was abundantly clear that we were done. We were leaving it to be. But this weekend, you hashed it all back up and you reiterated it all over again. And that shows me that you've made no improvement. You didn't take our conversation seriously, and that in the future, you're going to do the same thing. If something else happens and it can be anything from during the day to someone sending a message. I mean, you're still putting on there that Lisa's harassing and accusing you of stuff. I already told you, I told her to send that. You marked on the checklist that the garbage was taken out. She found garbage. It is her job to follow up. So she didn't accuse you of anything. She merely stated, Mike, I found trash in the trash can. That was it. And you took it to a whole nother level. And we can't have that.
Because I can't. It's not constructive criticism when I can't improve on it. You know, I had nothing to do with that garbage. I was put in after I left, I think.
Well, the problem is that she took the picture and communicated to you that you said you did something. To her, it didn't look like it, so she sent it. So regardless that there wasn't anything you can improve upon, she simply stated a fact. She wasn't harassing you. She was doing her job.
It just feels like I don't know.
Is he really an art collector? I mean, that is a pretty sweet poster there of Alucard from Castlevania.
Feels
So,
like it's they're not disciplining, but they're complaining about something I had nothing to do with.
but you did have something to do with the trash. It's on your overnight checklist to do.
Yeah.
That is your responsibility. So she is well within her job description to do that. It's not harassment. She's not accusing you of anything that happened after you left. She took the picture while you were still in the building before you had punched out. She just didn't text you about it until after you left because she was doing her job. But regardless, I'm not getting in the nitty and gritty. I had a conversation with Emily. Her
Who doesn't like Castlevania exactly? It's sweet. Very good series on Netflix as well.
Not the break room trash. Okay.
Wait.
My job is to take out the break room trash. Okay. So when I'm hearing people, when I see people, supervisor like you didn't take this trash out, and it's like, really? There was a fucking Franco's pizza box laid across the top of that garbage can. Man, she should have saw that trash can before she took the picture. Oh, because there was one little thing, and I don't even remember what she was complaining what it was. It was like something so stupid. It was like a chip bag or something, or it was like a box. It was like a box, or I don't remember. But it's just rude because, like I said, it's rude because it's basically I'm busting my ass all night just to have her, you know, do that. And it's like I have no control over what people do when at the end of when they come in, you know.
Is it me or is it a mute point that there's one piece of garbage in a garbage bin when clearly he has emptied the garbage bin, else there will be multiple pieces of garbage in the bin? I'm just saying.
That's what I had an issue with. It wasn't. And don't get me wrong. It's like I'm not trying. I wasn't trying to make it so that every time I get make it. I don't want people to think that it's like I'm preventing the supervisors from, you know, taking action against me for what I did wrong. You know, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying it's just there's just some things that sometimes you just gotta let go. A fucking single fucking thing in a trash bag isn't gonna make the fucking world go. whatever.
He probably
He's
freaked out
getting
really
he's
bad.
thinking about it.
I'm still actually trying to look for his tweets to Creature Comfort, but for some reason, anything I search for his name on Twitter doesn't come up with anything. So I'm like, okay, what am I not? What am I missing here?
I spoke at length about this weekend, and because you and I have already had several conversations and seen no improvement, I don't think having another one today was going to show any improvement going forward. We're going to let you go.
All right.
So I'll have you punch out. You get paid for the conversation today. You don't have to come to the meeting.
She has this obsession with whenever I gotta talk to her privately, like she wants me to, and I know what it is. She wants me to do it like that because it keeps it keeps a record of everything. She's basically buying a record.
I'll pull you off when I work, and whatnot, but we can't have that.
She said, "I'm pulling you off when I work." Well, do it quick because I ended up going on there right out of the fucking building. I was like, how fast can I just blow everything out of the water before I'm taking off? That's like my final desperation move. So I'm like, duh, I never stole your fucking food. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna go home and smoke a bowl and fucking get this fucking shit. By the way, she's being recorded the whole time. And New York State is a it's a one party consent state. Can't do anything about it.
Okay,
kind of
Dilo.
behavior and those actions here. We just can't. It takes away from the business.
Yeah. But what happened with her food though?
We don't know. We're not going to worry about it. It's trash. As far as Creature Comforts is concerned, it's trash.
Hear that, people? Your food's trash. Your food is trash.
I just want to know what I did not do that.
We didn't accuse you of it. We don't care who took it. Creature Comforts, Emily, we don't care who took it. She was already told that. Why she sent you a message, I can't control.
I don't know.
So but you're not being accused of it. Nothing's going to come of it. It's trash. You can't get in trouble for it. So it's not like there's no police involvement. This is a private entity on private property. So nothing's going to happen of it.
Well, as far as I kind of want you to figure out who's stealing the food.
We're not going to. Creature Comforts doesn't care. We're not going to waste payroll. We're not.
I care.
Going to investigate it.
Because it's going to keep happening no matter what.
But it's trash. It's not something that we're worried about. It's not. We're worried about taking care of animals, not who ate someone's pudding cup or pop or chicken fingers or pizza. That's not what we're in the business to do. It's in the handbook. We've literally said do not leave food in the refrigerator after your break. The fact that she did is of her own making. It's the same as if I choose to leave my car unlocked in the parking lot. If I don't want to lock my car, I don't get to bitch and complain if someone broke in and took my wallet. She left food.
That's fair.
I'm more concerned about the locker though, because that locker has a fucking lock on it. And I'm really concerned because if somebody's taking shit out of somebody's locker with a lock on it, that means that somebody has her fucking combo to that fucking lock. Which means that they're going through and who knows who has who has the combination of everybody else's lock. Who the fuck knows? But you know what? One of these days, there's going to be
Someone
some
named
private
Relive.
information in those fucking lockers that somebody's going to get a hold of.
Told not to. Someone took it, that's their own problem. Creature Comforts is not going to sit here and worry about why someone broke into my car because I didn't lock it, or why someone took pizza and chicken fingers. It's not going to happen. So,
Well, who's going to be working overnight then?
Beth and Chris, or me.
Beth is leaving soon.
Well, then that may be, and we'll hire more people. But before Beth, there was me. I came in, I worked overnight. I wasn't here during the day. I came in, changed trash, I stocked kitchens. I wouldn't sweep and mop. I left it to the next person every other night. But I came in here and I did my stuff, and then I worked a partial overnight. So
And maybe he was on some sort of like probationary period, but I don't think so. He's been working there for months on end. So it's kind of like a very abrupt end to what was, keeping him occupied and out of trouble.
we'll figure it out. We'll hire someone, but I'll talk to Chris and Beth. But I'll have Matt will walk up with you. He'll have to punch out, and then if you have questions, you can shoot an email to you have payroll. You have Emily's email, the PR one you sent it to. You can reach out, but you'll get paperwork and everything sent to you today, letting you know that you've been let go. So, all right.
How long has he been working? Months.
All right, that's it. That's
True,
all that
Capone.
there is for that. Now, I have some final thoughts here, and yeah, I overreacted with everything. It was fucked up. I am gonna go and see my therapist about it. And I just want to say that, working with Creature Comforts for whatever long, I was gonna say, that was one of my favorite jobs. I don't, but, and I know it's gonna sound harsh to say. I know nobody wants to be the person to say it, but I think a lot of my problem was just working with too many women.
Has he been fired from other jobs? Yes. He got fired from his cleaning job at the casino, which he liked because of his freakouts. So it's not like this is a first for him. Will he get unemployment? You get unemployment not when you're fired, right? Or if you quit. Isn't it when you're laid off? Yeah, when they lay off is when you get unemployment.
And I'm not being sexist or anything, but that place is like 90% women. We got like 400 dudes or something like that. It's just too much estrogen in the air. Okay? And I'm not gonna sit there and accuse anyone specific, but
Has it changed? Or maybe in the States you guys have that? But yeah, typically here, yeah, you if you quit, that just means you're voluntarily giving up a job, right? So why the hell would they give you unemployment? And if they're firing you, unless they word it a certain way, like how some places will fire you, but they'll word it like, you're laid off, or they'll give you your slip. But what they're really doing is firing you. They just want to put it or word it a certain way that you're able to get unemployment.
these are young women, maybe 20s, some in their 30s, like 40s and
Of course, he's
whatnot.
gonna blame women for all these problems. Very Dragon Lord
You
Frodo
know,
to do.
middle-aged women, and I'm not accusing, but chances are with middle-aged women like that,
Here
and
it comes.
I'm not saying anything saying they wouldn't. Well, I give him the fucking hairball food. He's still fucking. It's a hairball. Willie. I'm not singling anybody out here. Okay, but just know that with the women of that age that work there, a lot of those women, a lot of women that age, I should say, a lot of them are, on antidepressants and all that shit. And they come in, they're all fucking pilled up, and I think sometimes it just makes them fucking loopy. So, like, I start getting,
Here we go. It's not his freak out. It's just everybody else's problem, right?
it just, I think it just makes people a little fucking loopy sometimes with the fucking antidepressants and all that. I don't really believe in antidepressants because of that. Because I don't know. But just think about it. They come in pilled up, and it's just, and then that's what happens. They start thinking their fucking food's missing. They start thinking their fucking drinks. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I go, hi. I go in there, I do my damn job, and I fucking leave. And that's it. I don't know what else to say. But I mean, I need to learn how to keep my cool. My therapist thinks I have anger problems. And
He does.
anger problems doesn't really mean that like you just get mad and you just start beating people up. It just I don't I don't get physical. I just get
Yell and
loud. And
scream.
I
Yeah.
know how this all looks. Because that whole thing with the other girl saying I was yelling at her, I can tell you during that time, I did not say a word to her that whole night. The most she would have heard me do, she probably was just hearing me count mops. So it's probably just like one, two, because it keeps me focused. But it's just this whole, I just everyone get rid of the goddamn antidepressants. Jesus Christ. Then they get. I have one girl. I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna say names. The one girl, like, I'm gonna go home and drink a bottle of wine. Mm-hmm. Good for you, alcoholic.
Coming from
Well, I smoke weed. Yeah, I don't know. Why am I judging?
I was about to say. So I actually looked up them on Facebook. They don't seem to have a Twitter unless I'm missing something. And it seems like it's a pretty decent place, judging by the ratings. I guess they've erased the back and forth between themselves and DLF, or between that one girl lady that no longer works there because DLF probably freaked her out. I wonder if anybody has like saved this, because I checked the Reddit and I checked the farms, and there's nothing about any of his messages. But I'm sure somebody probably saw them.
You know, what am I judging? I'm in no place to judge. That's my final thought. You know, I want to apologize to this Amy chick. I don't want anything. I'm sorry for what happened, but that's what happened. I don't want to make it an excuse, but that's what happened. I just, it's all me. I cannot stand it when people falsely accuse me of doing shit that I didn't do. That, you want to get on my bad side? That's how you do it. Okay? Yeah, it's something I got to work on. Okay? I'm going to the fucking therapist. I'm gonna call because I missed therapy this week because I don't know, he was having surgery or something. My therapist.
Oh, nice, Bourgeois.
Yeah,
That's pretty
rescheduled. So I
cool.
was like, yeah, I'm this, and this. Well, now I'm off all fucking that. I'm off all the fucking time now. All
I
right.
think we're gonna see more of DLF. So how am I gonna play this, guys? Am I gonna say I was the mastermind behind it all? And is he gonna freak out on me? Or am I gonna not say anything at all?
Anyway, I'm gonna get some help, and I'm pretty sure the fucking people. Because I'm fucking sure everybody over there is gonna watch this fucking video. So if
Hey,
Liz is
Sly.
watching this, I want you to do something. Since I'm gone, I want you to hire Amy back. Okay? Reach out to her, ask her if she wants to say, I don't fucking work here anymore. Okay? Try to get her back. Okay?
Keep the covert persona.
So anyway.
Poor DLF. Do you feel sorry for him?
That's all I gotta say about this.
And that is it. Wow. Okay. So it's been over 2 hours, people. What do you guys think? You guys have been sharing your thoughts about this whole thing. I do feel kind of bad for him. Because he did have this job and he was doing really well, but now he doesn't have a job anymore because of his anger issues, which has gotten him into trouble many a times. Anyways, I don't even know what to think truly. Um isn't he a well, you could say that, but I don't have any concrete proof that he is. Like, he has said that he has watched CP before, but only mistakenly, because he tried downloading Gold Member, and it like, he says the PDS was using certain types of names and language that he wasn't familiar with. And he did say he did tell the cops that he did look at it, but it was only by mistake. So I can't actually concrete proof say that he is. All I can really say is that there's evidence that points towards that, especially with the hard drive with like the keypad on it, the locked hard drive, plus other certain things when being questioned about said hard drive, he started to get really red on the stream. So many things, but I can't say for sure this is complete evidence that he has or is doing this. I really can't. So take from that what you will. Make up your own opinion and whatnot. And hey, I will be back probably tomorrow. So thanks so much. I'm usually not on at this time, but I had to take a look at that premiere. I just didn't think it was going to be over 2 hours long. But hey, I'll be back. Thank you so much, all you lovely people out there. Have a great one and take care of yourselves. Bye bye.